So now we are into our next lecture today, in which we are going to learn about Rag music time theory. So what is this Rag music time theory? It is basically a time cycle that is used for Raga presentation. If we think deeply, there is a time cycle for all. There is a time cycle for our body, there is a body clock, there is a time cycle day and night, there is a time cycle for year, there is a time cycle for seasons, there is a time cycle for everything. And so is the time cycle for Raga presentation also. So in the ancient times, it was decided that what time of the day a particular rag would be sung. So there are different ragas which are classified according to the time of the day and night. So there are early morning ragas, there are morning ragas, there are afternoon ragas, evening ragas, dusk time rags, then there are evening ragas, the night ragas, midnight ragas, very early morning ragas, and so on and so forth. So the different kind of rags that are sung at the different time of the day. So basically, music is a universal language and it influences all levels of human existence. It is a medium for communication which can be both a pleasant and a healing experience. One of the very unique characteristics of Indian music is the assignment of definite times of the day and night for performing raga melodies. It is believed that only in this period the raga appears to be at the height of its melodic beauty and majestic splendor. There are some ragas which are very attractive in the early hours of the mornings, others which appeal in the evenings, and yet others which spread their fragrance only near the midnight hour. It is similar to something like, why would a flower bloom only in the morning and not in the evening? If there is no connection with the time cycle of day and night, with the blooming of flower, how can it bloom only in the morning and not in the evening or in the night? So we see that the flowers only bloom in the morning and then they sleep or they get into their own shell in the evening or they dry out by the evening and then again bloom in the morning. So there is definitely a connection between why any flower blooms only in the morning and not in the evening. So it is a connection of blooming of a flower with the time of the day. Similarly, in the ragas, there are certain set of swaras used in each rag, and those rags, which particularly of any particular set of swaras, have the capability of coming to a full bloom only at a particular time of the day. Just like flowers like Mayflower or Brahma Kamal, as you would all know, blooms only for one day in 1 year. So it comes to the full bloom on that particular day. So similarly, this time cycle of the rag means that a particular rag can be sung effectively and the impact of which can be felt maximum at that particular time in the whole day. Okay, so let us understand what are these rags, how are these rags classified at different times of the day. This connection of the time of the day and night with the raga or raginis is based on daily cycle of changes that occur in our own body and mind which are constantly undergoing subtle changes in that different moments of the day arouse and stimulate different moods and emotions. Each rag or ragini is associated with a definite mood or sentiment that nature arouses in human beings. The ancient musicologists were particularly interested in the effects of musical notes, how it affected and enhanced human behavior. Music had the power to cure, to make you feel happy, sad, disgusted, and so on. Extensive research was carried out to find out these effects, and this formed the basis of time theory as we know it today. It is believed that human body is dominated by the three doshas, Kapha, Pitta, and Vata. These elements work in a cyclic order of rise and fall during the 24-hour period. Also, the reaction of these three elements differ with the seasons. Hence, it is said that performing or listening to a rag at the proper allotted time can affect the health of human beings. Among the many unique and much loved traditions of Hindustani classical music is the adherence to the time raga theory. The concept of the Samay Raga, which is linked by its swaras to specific times of day, of night, to seasons, to colors, to moods. In this musical landscape, there are 8 prahars, 8 different time zones, we can say. Prahars means time zones. The swaras of individual ragas are fluid shape shifters, the notes gliding from Shuddha to Komal to Tivra, evoking deep emotions from the listener. The specified swaras themselves are the response to the phenomena of nature, to the varying luminosity of light and the sun traversing from the muted shades of dawn through brilliant sunshine to the deep velvet of midnight, to the swollen indigo clouds of the monsoon and the bright promise of spring. So all these colors are, all these shades of different emotions are portrayed in different seasons, and which is why different ragas which are connected to certain emotions can be presented in a very effective way in different prahars of the day and night. The specific combinations of swaras in a given raga are cast as mood enhancers, creating the oral environment for emotions of meditative devotion or romantic love, joy or pathos. To some musicologists, the time theory is merely an old illusion sanctified by long belief. Now, some musicologists do not believe, the modern musicologists, many of them do not believe much in the raga time theory, and they easily go into other time zones and mix the presentation of ragas. They don't strictly follow the time zones which are meant for the ragas. And they believe that it is an illusion, but not a scientific theory that a particular rag is to be sung at one particular time. They will point out that it has long disappeared from Carnatic classical music. And they add that modern devices which enable access to online music 24 hours of the day and 7 days of the week render obsolete all concepts of time. But to others, it is a credo to be followed because of its power of association, its ability to convey imagery in sound to the receptive Indian sensibility. So what happens is that many musicologists believe that it is association. It is an association with, uh, uh, for many years, that, for example, Rag Yaman is sung only in the evening. If somebody sings Rag Yaman in the morning at 9 o'clock, it will not be well accepted by the audience. It also will not be well accepted by the promoters, and many a times the singers are also conditioned right from the beginning while they are learning that Yaman is to be sung in the evening. But when this was categorized, the main reason why the time rag theory came into existence was that uh, it is connected to the body cycle of your human being. Because finally an artist is going to present the ragas, and the people are, the audience are also human beings who are going to listen to the ragas. So it is largely based on what changes occur in the human body in the 24 hours. So when you get up in the morning, when a person gets up in the morning, he or she is usually at calm, at peace, because he or she has had a good rest in the night, and your mind is calm and tranquil and at peace. And that is the time when your mind and body is well rested and is at peace. That time you would usually uh, get up in the morning, have a calm, peaceful time in the morning, have maybe a cup of tea, pray to God because your mind is rested and your mind is calm. At that time, it is the best if a person listens to some devotional compositions or something which are calm in nature, which are intense in nature, because your mind is like that because you have just gotten up from sleep and your mind is well rested. So it is directly connected with what kind of activities human beings do. So in the morning, because the human mind is peaceful, usually the compositions which are the ragas, in which there are more compositions of devotion towards bhakti ras, and which are which portray the emotions of calmness and tranquility, are more enjoyed, or they can be more impacting on the audience. As the sun goes high up in the sky, um, the day starts, and person also would get busy in his own things, and that is how there is then comes the beloved um, ragas later in the day, when around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and then as the sun goes high up in the sky, when there is sarang, which is at the peak when you're in the middle of the day, and later on as the sun comes down, then there are different ragas like Multani and Pimpalas which are sung. And in the evening, when you're done with your work and you're again resting, you're already done your hard work in the day, and now you again want to just enjoy. But that time your mind is not really at peace because there's so much uh, has gone in your mind in the day. And that is also the time when you can little bit entertain yourself, have a little bit of fun. And there's also Shringararas bandishes, Shringararas um, um, ragas which have many Shringararas bandishes, is what I would say, which are sung in the evening, like Yaman, like Puriya, like Marva, and Marubiha, so many other ragas are there. And then again, when we move towards the night, there are more Shringarik bandishes in the ragas which are sung. There are more Shringara Rasapadhan ragas which are sung, go towards the Shuddha Swaras later. And then again in the night we have intense ragas like Abhogi and Adana and Darbari, Malkaus, which are very intense ragas. So basically, the ragas which are chosen for the time cycle are completely based on the activity of a human being in the day. Because finally the ragas are going to impact individuals, they're going to impact human beings and not anybody else. So it has to, the human body also has to be studied, and which was studied, after which this classification or the raga time theory came into existence. So now we listen to different thoughts. Um, yes. Okay. So this is the time theory. Okay, fine. So this is the uh, this is basically the theory why the rags were classified in different time zones. So we listen to these are also, this is also based on the 10 thoughts that we studied about a few lectures back. So we first listen to the Thaat Bhairav. So these are the parent ragas, which is the now compositions in Thaat Bhairav are sung early in the morning.
राग भैरव। राग भैरव की उत्पत्ति भैरव ठाट से ही हुई है। अतः इस राग को भैरव ठाट का जनक राग कहा जाता है। इस राग में ऋषभ और धैवत अर्थात रे और ध ये दोनों स्वर कोमल और अन्य शीर्ष स्वर शुद्ध प्रयोग किए जाते हैं। इस राग के आरोह में 7 और अवरोह में भी 7 स्वर प्रयोग किए जाते हैं। अतः इस राग की जाति संपूर्ण संपूर्ण है। इस राग का वादी स्वर धैवत अर्थात धा है और संवादी स्वर ऋषभ अर्थात रे है। इस राग का गायन समय प्रातः काल है। इस राग की प्रकृति करुण और गंभीर है। इस राग में ख्याल, ध्रुपद, धमाल और तराना गाए बजाए जाते हैं। राग भैरव के आरोह, अवरोह और पकड़ इस प्रकार है। सबसे पहले सुनिए आरोह।
सा रे गा मा पा धा नी सा।
और अब अवरोह।
सा नी धा पा मा गा रे सा।
और अब सुनिए पकड़।
सा गा मा पा धा पा।
अब प्रस्तुत है राग भैरव की स्वर मालिका, जो 3 ताल मध्य लय में निबद्ध है। इसमें 16 मात्राएं होती हैं। पहले प्रस्तुत है राग भैरव की स्वर मालिका की स्थाई।
ग म ध प ध प प ग प म ग म रे सा ग म ध प ध प प ग प म ग म रे सा नि सा ग म प ध नि सा ग सा नि ध प म ग नि सा ग म प ध नि सा ग सा नि ध प म ग ग म ध प ध प म ग प म ग म रे सा ग म ध प ध प प।
अब प्रस्तुत है इस स्वर मालिका का अंतरा।
प प प ध नि नि ध सा 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 नि सा सा प प प ध नि नि सा 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 नि सा सा ध नि सा रे सा सा ध सा नि ध प म ग ध नि सा रे सा सा ध सा नि ध प म ग ग म ध प ध प म ग प म ग म रे सा ग म ध प ध प प।
अभी आपने राग भैरव की स्वर मालिका सुनी। अब प्रस्तुत है इसी स्वर मालिका पर आधारित एक रचना। बोल है जागो जागो हुआ सवेरा। पहले प्रस्तुत है इसकी स्थाई।
जागो जागो हुआ सवेरा। जागो जागो हुआ सवेरा। सारे जगत का मिटाया अंधेरा। सारे जगत का मिटाया अंधेरा। जागो जागो हुआ सवेरा। जागो जागो।
अब प्रस्तुत है इस रचना का अंतरा।
सूरज की झिलमिल किरणों ने। सूरज की झिलमिल किरणों ने वसुंधरा पर किया बसेरा। वसुंधरा पर किया बसेरा। जागो जागो हुआ सवेरा। जागो जागो हुआ।
अभी आपने राग भैरव की स्वर मालिका सुनी। साथ ही सुनी इस स्वर मालिका पर आधारित रचना। राग रस बरसे।
Okay, so this was Rag Bhairav, which is sung early in the morning, and there are various rags in this thought. This was the parent rag that you heard, which has Re and Dha Komal, and which is again a very widely sung rag in Dhrupads as well as in Khayal. More in Drupad because because it's an early morning rag, there are many compositions which are composed in bhakti ras, in the devotion. It has a lot of emotion of devotion. Many compositions are like that. So it is preferred to sing in the morning. There are rags like Ahir Bhairav, Vairagi Bhairav, Nata Bhairav, many types of Bhairav which are sung early in the morning. Then we also come to another Thaat, which is a Todi Thaat, again sung in the morning, but little later than that of Bhairav. There are Todi, different kinds of Todi, like Gujri Todi, there is Bilas Khani Todi. So the different types of Todi that are sung little later in the day, at about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, not very early in the morning, not like at the time of dawn, but slightly towards later morning. Bahaduri Todi. There are different types of Todi that are famous. Let's listen to Todi now.
राग रस बरसे।
राग रस बरसे
राग तोड़ी। राग तोड़ी की उत्पत्ति तोड़ी थाट से ही हुई है। अतः इस राग को तोड़ी थाट का आश्रय राग कहा जाता है। इस राग में ऋषभ, गंधार और धैवत यानी रे, ग और ध कोमल तथा मध्यम यानी म तीव्र प्रयोग किए जाते हैं। इस राग में पंचम यानी पा का वक्र प्रयोग किया जाता है। इस राग के आरोह और अवरोह में सात सात स्वर प्रयोग होने के कारण इस राग की जाति संपूर्ण है। इस राग का वादी स्वर धैवत यानी धा है और संवादी स्वर गंधार यानी ग है। इस राग का गायन समय दिन का दूसरा प्रहर है। राग तोड़ी की आरोह, अवरोह और पकड़ इस प्रकार है। सबसे पहले सुनिए आरोह। रे ग म प ध प मा धा नी सा। और अब सुनिए अवरोह। सा नी धा पा मा गा रे सा। इस राग की पकड़ इस प्रकार है। ध नी सा रे गा रे सा मा गा रे गा रे सा। अब प्रस्तुत है राग तोड़ी की स्वर मालिका, जो 3 ताल मध्य लय में निबद्ध है। इसमें 16 मात्राएं होती हैं। पहले प्रस्तुत है राग तोड़ी की स्वर मालिका की स्थाई।
मा मा धा पा मा गा गा मा धा मा गा गा मा रे गा रे सा। मा मा धा पा मा गा गा मा धा मा गा गा मा रे गा रे सा। रे गा गा मा धा नि धा पा मा पा धा पा मा गा रे गा रे सा। रे गा गा मा धा नि धा पा मा पा धा पा मा गा रे गा रे सा। मा मा धा पा मा गा गा मा धा मा गा गा मा रे गा रे सा। मा मा धा पा मा गा गा मा धा मा गा गा मा रे गा रे सा।
अब प्रस्तुत है इस स्वर मालिका का अंतरा।
मा मा गा मा धा धा नि सा रे रे सा। मा मा गा मा धा धा नि सा रे रे सा। नि धा धा नि धा पा मा पा धा मा गा गा मा रे गा रे सा। नि धा धा नि धा पा मा पा धा मा गा गा मा रे गा रे सा। मा मा धा पा मा गा गा मा धा मा गा गा मा रे गा रे सा। मा मा धा पा मा गा गा मा धा मा गा गा मा रे गा रे सा।
अभी आपने राग तोड़ी की स्वर मालिका सुनी। अब प्रस्तुत है इसी स्वर मालिका पर आधारित एक रचना। बोल है, यह किसने नदिया को बहाया। पहले प्रस्तुत है इसकी स्थाई।
यह किसने नदिया को बहाया। यह किसने नदिया को बहाया। यह किसने चिड़िया को उड़ाया। यह किसने चिड़िया या को उड़ाया, यह किसने नदिया को बहाया, यह किसने नदिया को बहाया।
अब प्रस्तुत है इस रचना का अंतरा।
इन फूलों को खिलाया किसने, इन फूलों को खिलाया किसने, बगिया को सजाया, किसने इस बगिया को सजाया, यह किसने नदिया को बहाया, यह किसने नदिया को बहाया।
अभी आपने राग तोड़ी की स्वर मालिका सुनी, साथ ही सुनी इस स्वर मालिका पर आधारित रचना।
Okay, so this was Rag Todi, which is sung in the Prahar after Bhairav. Now we come to another thought called as Bilawal, which is sung later in the day, closer to around 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, as the sun goes little high up in the sky. The reference for Shuddha Swaras is there, and Rag Bilawal. Bilawal has all the Shuddha Swaras. And there are different types of Bilawal. The main one is the Alhiya Bilawal, and then there is Devgiri Bilawal, and many more such Bilawal, Sukhiya Bilawal, different variants of Bilawal which are sung. Let's listen to Bilawal now.
नमस्कार साथियों, राग रस बरसे इस श्रृंखला में आप सबका स्वागत है। संगीत के अध्यापक और संगीत के विद्यार्थी ये बात अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं कि संगीत की पाठ्य पुस्तकें संगीत शिक्षण में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका अदा करती हैं। अध्यापक गण पुस्तकों की सहायता से विद्यार्थियों को लगभग सभी पाठ सिखा सकते हैं, जैसे सरगम क्या है, स्वर किसे कहते हैं, कोमल स्वर और तीव्र स्वरों की परिभाषा क्या है, वादी और संवादी स्वरों का अर्थ क्या है, ठाट की परिभाषा, राग की परिभाषा, राग की जातियां, आरोह अवरोह, पकड़ का ज्ञान आदि पुस्तकों की सहायता से सीखा जा सकता है। किंतु अध्यापकों को सबसे अधिक कठिनाई आती है रागों की सरगम को सिखाने में। रागों की सरगम का गेय रूप विद्यार्थियों को पुस्तकों के द्वारा सुनाया नहीं जा सकता, क्योंकि उसके लिए रागों की सरगम को गाकर प्रस्तुत करना जरूरी होता है। इसीलिए ये आवश्यकता अनुभव की गई कि रागों की सरगम के आदर्श गेय रूपों को ऑडियो बुक्स यानी कैसेट पर ध्वनि पुस्तकों के रूप में तैयार किया जाए। इन ध्वनि पुस्तकों के निर्माण के दौरान यह भी अनुभव किया गया कि रागों की प्रचलित बंदिशों का कथ्य बहुत ही पुराना है, इत आदि विषयों से अलंकृत किया गया है। संगीत के अध्यापकों और राग बिलावल। राग बिलावल की उत्पत्ति बिलावल थाट से ही हुई है। अतः इस राग को बिलावल थाट का आश्रय राग कहा जाता है। इस राग में सारे स्वर शुद्ध प्रयोग किए जाते हैं। इस राग के आरोह और अवरोह में 7-7 स्वर प्रयोग किए जाते हैं। अतः इस राग की जाति संपूर्ण है। इस राग का वादी स्वर धैवत अर्थात ध है और संवादी स्वर गंधार अर्थात ग है। इस राग का गायन समय दिन का प्रथम पहर है। राग बिलावल के आरोह, अवरोह और पकड़ इस प्रकार है। सबसे पहले सुनिए आरोह।
सा रे गा मा गा पा नी ध नी सा।
और अब सुनिए अवरोह।
सा नी ध प म ग म रे सा।
इस राग की पकड़ इस प्रकार है।
ग रे ग प ध नी सा।
अब प्रस्तुत है राग बिलावल की स्वर मालिका, जो 3 ताल मध्य लय में निबद्ध है। इसमें 16 मात्राएं होती हैं। पहले प्रस्तुत है राग बिलावल की स्वर मालिका की स्थाई।
सा गा पा मा गा मा रे गा मा पा गा मा रे सा मा गा मा रे सा गा मा रे गा पा नी नी सा गा मा रे गा पा नी नी सा सा नी गा पा गा सा गा मा रे गा मा रे सा गा पा मा गा मा रे सा।
अब प्रस्तुत है इस स्वर मालिका का अंतरा।
पा नी नी सा 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 गा गा मा गा रे सा। पा नी नी सारे सारे धा पा मा गा 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 मा रे गा पा नी सारे रे सा सारे सारे धा पा मा गा
सा धा पा मा गा मा रे गा मा पा मा गा मा रे सा सा धा पा मा गा मा रे गा।
अभी आपने राग बिलावल की स्वर मालिका सुनी। अब प्रस्तुत है इसी स्वर मालिका पर आधारित एक रचना। बोल है देश मेरा सबसे सुंदर है। पहले प्रस्तुत है इसकी स्थाई।
देश मेरा सबसे सुंदर है, देश मेरा सबसे सुंदर है, देश मेरा सबसे पावन है, देश मेरा सबसे पावन है, देश मेरा सबसे सुंदर है, देश मेरा सबसे।
अब प्रस्तुत है इस रचना का अंतरा।
देश की सुंदर पावन माटी, देश की सुंदर पावन माटी, तुझको लाखों बार नमन है, तुझको लाखों बार नमन है।
देश मेरा सबसे सुंदर है, देश मेरा सबसे।
अभी आपने राग बिलावल की स्वर मालिका सुनी। साथ ही सुनी इस स्वर मालिका पर आधारित रचना।
So you've heard Rag Bhairav, Rag Todi, and Rag Bilawal in this class. We will be also listening to other Thaat Rags in the next class. So we've come till the later in the day, like before noon, but later in the day. The prahar still later in the day till now. After this, we'll also be looking at, we'll also be learning about Thaat Kafi, Rag Khamaj, then Rag Kalyan, and many other such Thaat Rags. Like we discussed in the beginning, that these are based on the classification of the ragas, are based on the activities that a person goes through in the morning and the afternoon and in the evening and in the night. So it is heavily dependent on the mind and the body of a human being, and that is how the rags are classified. In the earlier times, there also used to be an association of a particular emotion with the rag, and that is how that also helped in classifying these rags under different prahars and thats, because usually a person has more of devotional emotions in the morning and more of like entertainment or having fun or shringarik bhavs later in the day or in the evening or towards night. So accordingly, the rags were classified. But in the later on studies, the association of one particular emotion with a particular rag started um, uh, uh, to have uh, started losing its validity of associating one emotion with a particular rag. More than that, it is about a bandish, and a particular bandish can be associated with an emotion because there are words in a bandish. And when you sing words, then the word can directly mean something. Whereas in swaras, a particular swar, associating one particular swar with an emotion is again abstract and is again subjective to debate as to whether a Komal Rishabh or a particular swar can evoke emotions of sadness or happiness, or it can evoke emotions of devotion or romance. It is very subjective, and that is why the associating a particular bandish in a rag with emotion becomes more, um, it is more justified, or it is more practical. And that is why in the recent times, the prahara, the time theory cycle, is not stringently followed by many musicians. They can the uh, the compartments of the prahars are not very strictly followed. Like Multani, for example, Bhim Palas is sung at 4 o'clock, usually 5 o'clock. It can extend up to 6 o'clock also sometimes. People do sing, musicians do sing, even till about 6 o'clock in the evening. So that is, it is not like a very tight or stringent compartment of time cycle which is followed, but it is now fluid and a little bit of flexible, which is followed by the musician. In the next class, we will also listen to other thag rags of the time cycle.